everyone, Jeremy here. It's been a little while since the last video. However, we now finally are getting into the swing of things. I have done some projects and stuff which I haven't filmed before now, but something big just happened today and I wanted to share it with you guys. This year at the Florida Christmas Mini Expo, I joined a group buy for some 350 watt moving head lights that I was able to pick them up today. So it took quite a while for them to get over from China, but they're here. I wanted to show you what we're looking at here. Let's flip you around. I can't necessarily give you a model because there's really no models to these things, but they are 350 watt waterproof moving heads. So these things are massive in size. They're bright as all get out, and they actually produce quite a bit of heat too when they're on. I got two of the heads, as you can see, and they got the storage and moving case with it. And you see it's filled with the kind of foam and everything, so they're able to be moved around, which is kind of cool because a lot of the other moving heads and stuff that I have do not have any kind of case. It came in a box, and I'm not going to use that same box. So these came with the case, which makes it nice. The case is on wheels. These things are extremely heavy. I will say that it cost me roughly about, with shipping and everything, about $700 per moving head. Very close to that. That was delivered, and well, not delivered, I had to go pick it up from Boca, which is about an hour away from me, but delivered to from China to Tampa, and then from there it went got on a pickup truck and came to Boca, where I picked it up this morning. So I was playing around with these lights a little bit, so I want to show you what they do using my DMX controller, and then kind of go over a couple of the things that have changed in the plan this year, and the things that are going on, and get you guys updated with this video. So let's go ahead and fire these things up. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I've got the light working, as you can see in the video. I got my little monitor here, so I'm looking down. The camera's over there. Okay, got it. And we've got the one projector up on this wall, so you guys can see what I'm doing. It's a basic 16 channel projector. Obviously came with a book to take care of that. And if I flip over to, now keep in mind that my controller here, the second fader knob thing here, my controller is acting up. That's why it's moving around just a little bit without touching anything. It's my controller, not the light. But if I flip over to channel 1, I can actually, I'm going to go ahead and make it just a pinpoint, because that is, in the future, whatever. Channel 1 will change the color, preset colors of the gobo wheels. As you can see, you got yellow, green, depending on what exact intensity you have. It will determine what color. You can even go half color, and if we move it up, it'll actually start going through the color wheel automatically in different speeds. Alright, channel 2 is the strobe, and like I said, I'm having a little bit of problems with this channel, but the lower the intensity, it'll slower the strobe. But you're supposed to be able to get up to, it says 241 to 255 is supposed to be all the way on, and that's where I start having problems with this controller, when I get up to that intensity. So I'm going to try to get it to a point where it's not blinking as much, and we'll leave it there. Channel 3 is dimming, which is actually the shutter inside. Okay, so there's my dimming control. Channel 4 is the pattern, and you can see, I don't know if you can see that in the film, but there's a few different patterns you can choose here. Maybe if I flip this to a better color, you can kind of see the different patterns. There's just a round, what is that? I don't even know what that is. It's like a flower, a half moon. It's kind of hard to tell. There's a heart, different little shapes and patterns in the gobo. The next one here, which is channel 5, will be the prism effect. So if I flip this on, it just creates a prism effect. And then I can go back to channel 4 and change the pattern of the prism. Channel 6 is the prism rotation. So I can actually make, let me flip the right one here. I can actually make it spin by controlling the knob up and down, or I can bring it all the way up and it'll actually spin automatically. Channel 8 is the automation colorful. What is this? I don't know. This is what channel 8 does. It kind of changes. You can almost see a different, like multiple colors go around in the same prism. So that's what that does. That's pretty cool. Channel 9 is focus. And of course it moved a little bit because I flipped over to my second set of channels, but channel 9, you get it to where it needs to be. You can see that I can make it blurry, or I can focus it up. Alright. Channel 10 was the pan left and right. Channel 11 is the fine pan left and right. 9, 10, 11, 12 is going to be my tilt up and down. And then 13 is my fine tilt up and down. 14 will determine the speed that the head moves. I'm going to leave that on as fast as possible. 15 has no function. And 16 is to turn off the bulb. With these halogen bulbs, you have to properly shut them down to extend the life, where you can actually burn the bulbs out pretty quick. So there's a couple different settings when you want to turn them off and or turn them on. You have to go to channel 16 and set it to, it says channels 10 through 100 will extinguish the bulb, and channels 101 through 255 will basically start up the bulb. So you got to keep that in mind with something like this, that when you're done at the end of the night or before the show starts, you have to get them on and set that channel so they're ready to go, or you're turning them off properly. And that's that. These in a quick nutshell.
Okay, well, the lights, they do exactly what they're supposed to do. I'll hopefully get some footage of this. I tried to take some footage while I was driving. I'm not sure if it came through, but once I jot down the information I need and everything, will go out front and I'll show you what it looks like. Let me turn this guy around here. And you can see they are ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I've got to jot down here. I know what all the channels do, but I don't know what intensity will give me what color. I don't think that was labeled there in that book. Actually, I'm going to double check that before I start wasting all my time. But we want to make sure that we have everything labeled out, because I'm going to put these things away and I need to start programming them. And I need to be able to program them without having them out, because they're huge and heavy and bulky and this, that, and the other thing. So I'm going to double check the manual first, and then we'll write down this information we're missing, and then we'll play around with them a little bit more before we put them away for the night. See, in the book, let me take that off there. In the book, it doesn't specify what color is what. It just says color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way through 13. So in the what they do. So I've got to go through and kind of label which colors are which depending on what channel. So that's what I'll be doing right now. Not quite dark yet. but definitely impressive. We're gonna go take a ride, leave them on, see where we can see them from. As you can see, this is in action. I've got it slowly fading through the colors. And this is obviously sitting right next to the light itself. So obviously if you're right underneath the light, no matter what the light is, you'll be able to see the beam. Obviously no difference here. But let's go out to the front yard and see what we can see. Maybe take a little bit of walk down the street. I decided to shoot this with my cell phone camera because the other camera I was working with has such a small display screen, and it isn't really waterproof, and it's starting to rain now. So as you can see, and actually I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up, but it's actually pretty cool to see the rain coming and shooting through the beams. This is just standing in front of the yard, but you could probably pick it up there a little bit. The rain coming down and hitting the beams, it's a pretty cool effect there. I've already tested this out, and the camera sometimes is a little hard to pick up on the beams, and I got to get this up because the lights are fine, they're waterproof, but the controller that is running it is not. So I got to get back there and get that turned off. But I can see this easily from a mile away, so it's going to add a really cool effect to this year's show, and I can't wait to get it up and running. So let's go ahead and turn this off, get that controller in. And just like that, they mount in, or they sit in upside down. You got a place in the middle for the cords and brackets, paperwork. It's all padded, secured. Close that sucker up. And lock it up. And this guy's on wheels, so it's got two handles on each side. Just build this wherever for storage, and that's how we're going to hold it. Now this is not going to stay outside, obviously, but a couple of the things that I've been working on. Number one, I've got these things ordered. Now, what are these things, you might ask? These guys are actually plant domes for garden use, just a piece of plastic. It's got this little vent on the top where you can open and close. Alright, to let air in and out. But what I'm using them for is covers for my DMX lights. So I'm going to hang my DMX lights outside underneath the eave up front. And these things were cheap enough and a good solution to help keep the rain and water off of them. When they're upside down like this, I can actually keep this open to help any water that gets in there, which hopefully won't be any drain out. These guys here, the ones I've had for a few years, I'm actually going to put on the ground, so these are going to go actually over top of them, and I'll keep these vents shut. This big guy here will not be covered. It'll just be up underneath the eave in such a way to keep it protected. But I got enough covers for that. My fog machines, which will only be used when I'm home to monitor, will most likely only be put out during, nights when it's not going to rain, because they are not waterproof. So that'll be the case for those. Also, I do have a snow machine that will probably be the same thing. However, I will have a platform for these to sit on. I got two of the fog geysers and just one snow machine, so those will probably only be put out on nights I'm home, most likely weekends, things like that, just because those reservoirs will have to be filled up quite a bit, so I'll have to maintain that. And I don't know how long they'll last through the night and things like that, depending on how much I program them. Another thing that I had to get, unexpected expense, is a new computer. The computer I was using was having some issues communicating and actually pumping out the information, and after doing some research, I found out I didn't have enough RAM. So I did purchase a new computer. It'll be here tomorrow. Once I get that, we'll be spending a lot of time on getting the programming started. So I will give you a little bit more information about the computer when I get the computer, so you know, if you guys are in the market to get a computer to run X Lights, there's you know, a certain amount of RAM you need and things like that. So I'll show you what I got, and hopefully it'll work and do what I need to do. I am doing a Halloween show. I'm planning on doing a Halloween show this year. Like I mentioned before, it'll only be playing for 1 week, and it's only going to have a few songs just so I can get an idea of how everything's going to work, and the moving heads and things like that will all be part of it, so it'll give me a good practice. I did something with a Raspberry Pi and a projector, so there's going to be a projector this year in the garage, and then I went ahead and upgraded and bought some more Pixel Lights for my Mega Tree. Now, Pixel Lights wasn't intended to be for the Mega Tree this year, but because I was able to get my hands on some more of these Pixel Lights, I'm going to be making I believe it's going to be a 25-foot, 270-degree, 3200 pixel tree. So I got some more products coming, so the strips the pixels clip into, that's coming, it's on its way. We'll be putting the tower up probably in the next week or so. Or at least getting the foundation set. I am going on a trip at the end of this month, and as soon as we get back from the trip, then we're going to start actually putting decorations and lights and things up on the house. So in the next 3 weeks or so, our videos will start more regularly, and then hopefully go throughout the year. So a lot of new things this year, so that means hopefully there'll be a lot of new videos and content for you guys. So I will probably have a little bit more to show you because I do get the computer tomorrow, so I'll probably add a little bit more, but this will be the last clip for tonight. Anyway, we'll see you in a second. Alright guys, I just realized the last clip that I had, I accidentally recorded in slow motion for some reason, but basically we got the computer, got the program installed, X Lights installed. I've also started a couple other videos on how I set up the X Lights and stuff like that. So that'll be coming, and some later videos as well. Just going to have this opportunity to let you know if you could like and subscribe, and videos will be coming more often. And I'm pretty excited. You probably have actually already seen. I have just recently uploaded a lot of new videos that I had to create, which will be part of the light show. So if you see some other videos, if you look at my library, you'll see those videos are popping up. Also, I've created a new playlist for the 2021 Christmas show. So if you want an idea of what songs I'm using, you can go there, and I should have a list of all the songs and things I'm using for this show this year. Now, that list might grow, but those are the 6 or 7 files that I'm working on. That's ones I'm setting as priority. Anything that comes after that will be well, I'll add it to that as we go, but I don't want to overwhelm myself. Keep in mind, I'm focusing on Christmas because that's most important, but I do have Halloween coming up sooner, so I've got to have to get those videos made and start programming those, because technically I have less time to do that. But the good thing is I have less lights to program for those as well. Anyway, we'll catch you on the next video. I appreciate you guys watching.